Okay, today is day one of the teal truck build, and just put it up in the air. I'm gonna just show you all what we're working with underneath the truck, what it looks like now, because it's gonna look drastically different here in about another month. So let's look underneath of it right now and see what we got going. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to let you know whenever I post a new video. So here we go. This is underneath of the 93 teal truck. As you can see, it's pretty much all stock. It looks like it does have a dual exhaust, at least dual outlet exhaust on there. So that looks decently new, not too old. But everything under here looks really clean. The rust that you do see is just surface rust. That's gonna be pretty common on everything. Look at these old Beltex. I mean, these Beltex are from probably the mid 90s, which is pretty cool. It's already got a C-notch in it. The kit that we have is sitting right outside the, oh no, sitting right there from QA1. That's all of our QA1 suspension stuff. Steve's building a shelf for all the stuff that we're gonna have for this build, but these tailpipes and stuff are gonna be coming off. That is not gonna be on the truck no more. We actually have a full 10 bolt, 8.5 inch 10 bolt rebuild kit. So we're gonna have bigger axles in it, stronger axles. We're gonna have a true track. We're changing the gears in it. And then we're also gonna have this housing all redone in a nice black finish.
Open on the bottom.
Leaf springs are gonna be going away for this new QA1 suspension. We have an aeromotive pump that goes in the factory gas tank. So the factory gas tank will be staying. Obviously we'll have a new drive shaft with the 10-speed in here. This cross member, we're supposed to be able to use this factory cross member with the 10-speed swap, so we won't have to change that. And then we go up here, obviously the engine, all this stuff is gonna be redone. Let me get a light. So all this will all be new when we put this thing back together, so that'll be pretty good. Looks like we did spring some kind of a leak here.
I let all the AC.
Oh, never mind. Steven said he let all the AC out, so that's all the AC refrigerant. But the truck will still have AC. It's gonna have a brand new AC compressor on that new LT4 over there. So, but all this stuff will all be new once we pull it apart and get this frame powder coated. We are gonna go with the frame powder coat. So not a pour 15 job like we were talking about. It is going to be a full sandblast powder coat on the frame, which will look really nice. You can see it's still got the factory catalytic converter on there. Looks like a factory fuel filter. So all this fuel line and everything is going to be replaced too. So none of that will be on there. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. Engine's clean though. As you can see, it doesn't even leak a drop. Thing is bone dry. Guy took really good care of this truck. Look at that, Steve. The rear end doesn't even seep grease.
Yeah, whole thing's sealed.
It's crazy. Absolutely nuts.
I've never seen orange Freon dye. I still had the original Freon in it.
Really? Damn. Well, cool. So this is the bottom of the teal truck before we get started. Take notes because it's going to look a lot different when we're done. Okay, we just got the truck bed off, and here's what it looks like. Looks pretty good. As you can see here, went and got the bed, got some sawhorses. We got it sitting down on those. Perfect spot for the bed to sit. Now Steven's gonna work on basically stripping this down. We're gonna get this cab off next. We gotta take apart the whole front core support, and we'll get the cab off and then basically strip this frame down and get it ready for sandblasting and powder coating. Looks pretty good though. I mean, you can definitely tell it's all original. Nothing's ever been touched on this truck. So it's really in pretty good shape though, yeah, for being 30 years old.
Really just surface rust.
Yeah, which is pretty common on these.
Oh, there we go.
It's been a while since that guy's seen low light of day.
Yeah. OE.
30 years. Steven found a new use for our 55-gallon drum fuel pumps.
It's the broken one.
It's the broken one.
Still pumps though.
Still using it. It works. How much fuel is it?
Half a tank.
Oh yeah, that's not too bad. All right, Steven, you got all the fuel out of it. Dropping the tank down, drive shaft. Let's get this exhaust off.
Get it out of here.
Let's throw it in the trash. Pat, you want some exhaust for your Dodge?
It's got a 40 series on it.
It's a 40?
I don't know.
That looks like a MagnaFlow muffler. I mean, the muffler, we should probably save the muffler, because that muffler is pretty nice, but this shit's gotta go. I mean, hell to the no. Look at those solid welds, people. That's some good stuff. Look at this, people. It's still bolt together. None of the welded together stuff. Whoever put this exhaust on thought of the person that was going to be working on it in the future. Nice. You can definitely tell a difference in material. Got the brakes here for the truck. These are, I believe, the front rotors. Got the big dogs. Dang.
Dang.
And then there'll be a hub that bolts to these that Little Shop made. It's a billet hub. As you can see, they're pretty big.
Damn.
All right, Pat. These are some of our brackets that they provide. These are the hats that go in the middle of the rotor. They're a two-piece rotor. And that'll be the hub part of the rotor. This is what Little Shop manufactures. This is out of billet, so be a nice piece there. The brake kit's expensive, but it's really nice. So it's a good little kit. That's just the rear caliper. It's tiny. So we're black calipers. I think it'll look good on the teal. Kind of give it a nice little contrast there. And if we don't like them, well, we can just take them to Justin Tanner's and he'll make them whatever color we want. So. Got the exhaust off. We just ended up basically cutting it. And now we got the drive shaft going here. First time the drive shafts, I'm sure, probably been off this truck. Off she goes. We got a new billet 1350 yoke for the rear end, obviously, when we upgrade everything. Ooh, there it is.
That hadn't been out in a while.
No, probably ever. That drive shaft will be junk too.
Scrap pile.
Scrap pile. We're not worried about the weight on the front of this thing, are we? With taking everything off the back?
No, it's pretty well stripped as
Is
far
it?
as it'll be now in the air.
Okay.
We'll just take everything else will come off on the ground.
Okay. The tank out. Sitting right here. It's probably like a 20-gallon tank, I would say. It's actually in really good shape. Probably won't have to do anything to it other than just clean it up. It's got a plastic tray on the bottom of it, so it kind of makes it look nicer than it really is. Got the front grille off now. We're going to start disassembling this front clip and start working on getting this cab off the frame.
Not sure where we're gonna go with it.
Got the front all off right now, and right now we're just getting ready to remove the hood. We're going to be putting a stock style hood back on this, so we're going to be getting rid of the cow hood. I just like the stock hood look a little bit better, and I'm ready to go back to a steel hood. That's a fiberglass hood. Nothing wrong with it. It's just wanted kind of an original body, I guess you could say. Everything's going really well so far. It's nice. This truck's pretty low miles. It's been well taken care of, so everything's coming off real easy, just like a new car. And everybody, the hood is already sold, so don't be commenting to buy it or anything. It's sold. Actually, the guy's on his way to pick it up right now. So
Be smooth. All right.
Is it light?
Go your way. Yeah, it's all good.
So here we go. We got a completely stock 93 Chevy truck right here. Everything is in really good shape, guys. I mean, really, the only dirt you see is just dust. It almost kind of looks brand new.
Yeah.
Look at these hoses and stuff. I mean, this stuff is like in pristine shape. Oh, all in the name of hot rodding, Pat. Taking apart a perfectly good 30-year-old truck, but this thing is going to be wicked when it's all finished up. These are the old hinges here. I think they make some really cool billet ones. I think we're going to put those on here. Nothing but the best for the truck. Looks like the cowl there was broke, maybe to make way for this hood. I'm not sure. Looks like it's been cut. I wonder if maybe the guy who had it before me like tried to take it off and broke it or something. Who knows? Was he?
Yeah. Looked like some of the bolts were brand new,
Oh,
you know?
dang.
Look at this
Boy, he was getting in there with the freaking Tester's model paint. Painting them bolts.
Keeping her clean, keeping her clean. Look, painted the threads.
Look at all these stickers, guys. They all look like brand new still.
Yeah, that's cool to see them.
We're going to have to save these parts. These are OE brand new parts right here. Still got the factory tie on the radiator hose.
Yeah.
I mean, those are hardly on anything because when people replace these hoses, those never go back on.
Yep.
We got to keep the hood light too.
Yes.
That's got to stay. It's got to stay. I bet they make some cool tanks for like the radiator reservoir and stuff. Maybe like
A billet one?
like that, or like a powder coated one, or something that just
Yeah.
looks a little bit more nice.
You going back?
No, we ain't. See, everyone, new Mustangs still have these, but this is 2020, almost 2021. We are gonna have spring-loaded hood. I don't know, Steve. Looks like a pretty good future methanol tank right there,
Yeah?
or at least a location for one.
You don't need sprayers.
Let's see what we got going here. Oh, there it is.
Clean on the inside.
Oh yeah, clean on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Look
god,
at that sticker.
jeez.
Looks like somebody just put this thing on there.
Yeah, it looks brand new. There's the what you need to make about 195 horsepower, everybody. That's a horsepower monster. So we're working on taking off these front fenders, I believe, right now, because basically you got to take the front fenders off and then you take off this here. It's all a big giant puzzle. We're still going to try to keep the column shift.
Yeah, is there a bracket?
No,
To go to the cable?
probably not. I wonder if someone makes one. If anyone knows of a company that makes a shift linkage cable for a column shift like on this truck to keep the column shift on the new style transmission, so like an 8-speed or a 10-speed, let me know. Post in the comments because we're going to be looking for that. We want to keep the column shift in the truck. Got that out of the way.
Seismic murmur on Earth would make that thing fall.
All right.
Removing fenders. We already got one off over there. How many bolts holds the fender on, Steven?
5 or 6?
That's it.
Yep, 5 on the passenger side.
Have you found any missing bolts yet? They all there?
Only one.
Really? What was it?
Right here. This piece.
Oh, it's
Only-
missing a bolt?
Yeah, this bolt was missing.
What the hell?
So it was kind of cocked in there, getting
We're
a
gonna have to
little
go-
breeze inside.
We're gonna have to go get our money back.
I think that's it.
All right, that's not bad. I wonder why that's almost like it'd be missing from the factory,
Yeah.
because this thing ain't been
Guy
touched.
dropped it, kept on rolling. Got her?
There it goes. Ooh, that's a risky process here. I'll hold it. Oh,
Kind of
All right.
self-detaches.
wow. Talk about a puzzle. That's some Detroit steel. What were the shims for? The fenders?
Yeah, to shim up the corner.
Oh, wow.
Factory, I guess.
Factory shims. They don't have those anymore, I promise you that. So here we got the truck basically with no front end on it. And tomorrow we'll work on getting the cab off. Got to get some 2x4s to run through there. So that way we can raise the cab up on the lift and leave the frame down. Because right now the only lifting points are from the frame. So we want to leave the frame on the ground. We'll get the engine out of it, transmission out of it, pull off all the suspension stuff, and basically get ready for take this thing over to get sandblasted and powder coated.
Yeah.
There it comes.
Take it off in chunks.
What? Perfect time for a cam swap.
Yeah.
So we just got finished with day one of the teal truck teardown. Got pretty far. Basically, we're at the point now of just a couple more little things, and then the cab's going to come off the frame, and it'll be just a rolling frame at that point, and then we'll get everything torn off of it, ready for powder coat and sandblasting. I'm just going to do a quick walk around the truck on what was accomplished today. Start at the back here. As you can see, got the tank out, got the drive shaft out, the exhaust off. Basically, we just got an axle, leaf springs, and shocks here right now. We're actually going to get rid of all the old brake lines too and replace them with a whole new brake line kit to go with our brand new little shop disc brakes that we have for the truck front and rear. Take this rear end out, disassemble it, get it ready for powder coat on the housing. We have all new stuff to go in this thing to make it a true posi track rear end. So it's basically going to be a completely new rebuilt 8.5 inch 10 bolt, which they'll hold up to power if they're built right, and we got all the right parts to do it. Come up here, we got the whole front clip off of the truck, got the front core support off, the fenders, and started unhooking a lot of the stuff off the firewall for when we do raise the cab off this frame. Once we get the frame separated from the cab of the truck, we'll start working on getting this engine transmission out of this thing, disassembling all the suspension because it's all getting replaced with new suspension. And we'll try to get this frame pretty much ready to go to sandblaster probably by the end of the day tomorrow. So it's a lot of work, but Steven's been getting it done for us.
Today.
Are you a little nervous yet with all the parts you've pulled off of it?
No, not yet. I think we'll be all right. 'Cause we're kind of just starting over.
Yeah,
fresh.
and I mean,
Put the
really,
truck back
every
together.
single new car we've done has been brand new, and we're taking those things down quite a bit. So this is honestly a lot easier than a brand new car. Just the simplicity of
Even
everything.
being how old it is, it came apart pretty easy.
It really did, yeah. Yeah, you can tell the truck's really never seen elements.
Yeah.
It's
a nice truck.
it's
to start
pretty
with.
clean, yeah. All right, guys, that'll do it for today's video on the teal truck. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video with probably a bare frame by the end of the next episode. So you know the deal. We'll see you later.